social media. We'll get you out of here well before the top of the hour. Give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games. And that's what we do here on the Drive Thru Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. It's Different Live Free Sports Picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later. And to deliver those winners are professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Play. So let's take a peek at who's on the show with us for today. All right, we got Millz Young with us, Alex Smarts, Tony Brown, Jay is a late scratch, and then Wayne Scott. Here's how they'll line up for this evening. Smart, Brown, Young, Scott, then I will close this one out. All right, we've got NBA on the board tonight. 6-game card tonight. Also be a 6-game card tomorrow, but 6 games tonight. NHL, big card as well. Lots of conference action in college, conference tournament action right now in college hoops. So lots going on. So let's get this show underway. Let's go to welcome in Alex Smart. You'll catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. Alex has been on absolute tear over on the premium site. Bring him in right now. Alex, what's happening?
Not much, Tony. We're gonna go after. We're gonna just go the opposite way a little bit here tonight. We're going to go with some NHL hockey. We've got a really important game here between the New York Islanders and the Buffalo Sabres. And the Sabres are just 5 points behind the Islanders for the final wild card spot. And they're playing at home tonight. And, this just smells of a postseason style hockey game. Really hard hitting. I'm really looking for some physical action. I'm looking for top goaltending. Sorokin's playing much better for the Islanders, playing the way he was supposed to play for the beginning of the season. And the Sabres goaltender is also playing good. Luukkonen, right? What does he have now? I think he is on an amazing run right now. I'm just going to look quickly at the numbers. Yeah, he's a .924 save percentage, 7-2-1 his last 10 appearances. I mean, Luukkonen's playing great hockey and looking great. I know that's tacky, but anyway, I'm looking for a very close, physical hockey game. A lot on the line here for both teams. It's interesting to note the last 5 times these teams have played, they have not combined for more than 5 goals. Looking for another one of those type of affairs tonight. Low scoring, play the under.
All right, we got Alex here looking for that low-scoring game. Islanders under 6 goals here in this one between these two. And, when you look at the defense here by the Islanders, how can you argue that with the way they've been playing here over their past 5 games, allowing less than 2 goals a game? I think the only split here is, can the Sabres keep that puck out of net? Although, as you said, that you like the goalie in this spot.
Yeah, I just like the goaltending right now. I know Nelson's back up on the first line of work. Now they figured out putting him on the first line, a top-tier goal scorer like that, has ignited that one line for the Islanders. But they're essentially just a one-line team now offensively. So if the Sabres can slow that one line down, we have a good chance at a low-scoring contest.
There you go. And the Sabres piling up some wins at home. I was looking at their home mark here of late. Recent wins against Carolina, Vegas. They beat Edmonton. They beat Detroit, dropped one to Winnipeg. But they've been actually playing better at home.
Yeah, and this is like close to a pick'em game. If you want to take the Sabres, don't feel out of place. The Sabres have won their last 4 games here against the Islanders, and the Islanders, as well as they played lately, have been inconsistent all season long. So we'll see what happens tonight. But from my perspective, I think your best money, a bang for your money, will be an under bet.
There you go. Alex Smart here likes the under in this one here between the Islanders and Sabres. Tonight's action from the NHL. All right, Alex, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs for tonight's action. As we said, Alex has been on absolute tear over at Pick Dogs. Take a look at the numbers here for 2024, 2,916 units of profit. All documented over at Pick Dogs Premium, so you can verify those numbers simply going to Alex's handicapper page. Go over to Pick History. You'll see every play up there. All right, NBA on the board here with the 6-game card. Big card here with 12 games on the ice and college tournament action as well. What do you have going over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Well, tonight we have one college basketball selection for the evening. I'm always a little shy during tourney basketball. I have a lot more plays. Conference tourney basketball in the early rounds. Much better suited to sort of looking at the angles from the championship rounds of the tourneys, and of course the NCAA tournament and a lot of the other going to be taking place here. It's just something about these conference tourneys with me. I'm a little bit shy, but moving forward, we're going to have selections, lots of them, and lots of money-making moves. We've got NHL hockey tonight, and we have some NBA basketball, a total for this evening too. And like I said, lots of action moving forward. We have some Major League Baseball coming up very shortly. Tony knows about that, and just about every angle you ever need. And so there we go. We've got lots of action, lots of money-making opportunities. Join me long term, save a bunch of money, and make a bunch of money.
That's right, guys. Getting with Alex Smart over at Pick Dog Trim. You see the great results here from Alex at 2,916 units of profit. All talking about over at Pick Dog Trim. Now, if you want to get on board with Alex, that 1 month pass is a really good deal right now because you get all of Alex's premium plays for 30 days. That would include all his NBA, of course, college basketball. This will cover the entire NCAAB tournament, as well as all those minor tournaments out there like the NIT. You've got the CBI up there, CIT, and of course, action on the ice. And of course, baseball, as we said, 2 weeks from today is the start of the U.S. opening day, right? So as you can tell right now, it's getting actually the Dodgers play. They're actually right now, Padres and Dodgers are in Korea getting ready for their series on Wednesday. So it's coming at you guys. Baseball is very close, and no better time to get on board with Alex Smart with that 1 month all sports pass, as we said. With that 1 month all sports pass, all the sports that Alex handicaps, you see the numbers there. Pick as a promo code, save that 15% off. Right, Alex, as always, great having you show. Continue that great success. We'll catch up with you again next week. But we always see you popping in out of the weekend shows.
Yeah, but I've had some technical problems lately. It's kind of interesting. But anyway, hopefully this weekend, if I do pop in, I won't have any tech problems. So.
That's right. Hopefully we get those tech issues underway. All right, Alex, have a great night. Alex Smart.
All right, take care. Bye-bye.
Alex Smart here on the Drive Thru. We'll continue here in a second, guys. If you ever miss a pick, we'll recap at the end of the show. Make sure you stay tuned for that. And of course, we introduced a new feature here on the Drive Thru. I'm going to let you guys know about our chat pick of the day, and this is our chat pick of the day today. We're going to college hoops here, Big East tournament. We got Villanova and Marquette going head to head, and if you like Villanova plus the 4, type A in the chat. If you like Marquette minus the 4, type a B in the chat. If you like under 140, it would be C. If you like under 140, it would be D. So go ahead and enter your picks into the chat, and then we will accumulate them throughout the day and let everybody know what it is. And this will be the chat pick of the day right now. New feature over at Tony'sPicks.com. We got one coming in here from Dustin H. is coming in with Villanova plus the 4. So we got the first one in. Actually, we're starting to see action come in right now. B's, a couple, 3 B's in here. It looks like Marquette. What do you seem to be liking Marquette right now? So 3 Marquettes, 1 Villanova early on here in the wager, and actually added another one here to Marquette. So 4-1 right now, early stages here of our chat pick of the day, 9:30 Eastern time. We'll accumulate these throughout the day. All right, let's continue here on the Drive Thru. Let's go ahead and we'll welcome in next Tony Brown. You'll catch him over at Pick Dog Stream. Bring him in right now. Tony Brown, what's happening?
Tony T, what's going on?
Everything's going great. Going tonight, late night action here as the Knicks open up this West Coast trip against Portland. We see Knicks big favorites on the road, 11.5, total 204.
Yeah, I had caught it at 206 when I first chimed in this morning, but even at 204, I still like this game to go under. The Knicks, it's funny, ever since Mitchell Robinson went out, it's crazy. Like the Brunson-Robinson 1-2 combo over there in New York, it was working, you know what I mean? But now it's just like Jalen Brunson is a one-man show, and so the Knicks with the mediocre offense, and they still have a stellar defense, they've cashed the most unders in the NBA this year. They're the number 1 team in cashing the under. More than 60% of their games have cashed the under because they're just not scoring a lot, but they are keeping teams from scoring. And then they're catching the Blazers right now, 3rd game in 4 nights, 2nd night of a back-to-back, you know what I mean? Fatigue's going to play a big factor for Portland, who's already not a good team as well. And I think the buckets come few and far between in this one, and I don't even think they reached the 200 mark.
There we go. Tony Brown here in this one likes the Knicks and Trailblazers under total here of 204. It's interesting. I was kind of keeping an eye on this Knicks team, and it seems to me that they've already begun playing their playoff type defense. We've seen the pace of play really slow down here with the Knicks, especially in that Philly series.
Yeah, and down to just the Philly series, the last 4 games, neither team has reached the century mark. Like I said, their offense is struggling, so they haven't been able to get to 100, and they kept teams for under 100. So they ramped it up. It's playoff time now. Like with that, it's what is it? The play-in game. So right. Playoff play-in with that little extra play-in game, man. Everybody's scraping and scribing. You can go from 10th seed to 7th seed with just 1 or 2 games. So everyone's in playoff mode at this point. All the teams.
Yeah, they should be. They should be. Some I
Right.
don't
Well,
want
all
to say.
the teams that have a chance, all
Right,
the
right.
teams
Well, I
between
mean,
1
I
and
don't know
10, you know
about.
what I mean?
I mean, we saw the Lakers yesterday continue to blow a spot to try to get out of that 10th seed in 10 and 9. All right. I mean, at some point you got to get out of that 10-9 because if you're in that 10-9 game, even if you win that play-in, you're going to play Denver because Denver's going to finish number 1.
Right. And so here's the thing about the Lakers, like you got those are must wins, and you hate to say you have a must win this early in the season, but I mean Sacramento off the back to back, they had their B team in most of the game. Like we're supposed to kill that game right there. And this is the game Davis and James combined for 13 points at the half. So I mean who's not entitled to a bad game here or there? I mean, you know, I mean it happens. I hate that we lost that one, but you're right. If we end up having to play Denver in the first round, it's game over.
Yeah, that's what it looks like right now because if you finish 10 or 9, you can be no better than an 8 seed in the playoffs. You got to get that 8.
Right.
You got to get that 8 seed because then you have a shot at getting that 2 seed or that 7 seed.
Yeah, but then again, with the way the West is going, Minnesota, OKC could end up with a 1 seed. So then in that case, we'd love to get the 8 seed because neither one of those teams can beat us in a 7-game series. So if Minnesota or OKC ends up number 1, then that would be a miracle for us to get the 8 seed. We'll automatically advance to the second round.
Yeah, a lot of maneuvering here. Should be very interesting here. We got Tony Brown here on the Knicks Trailblazers under 204. This one to have a start time here, 10 p.m. Eastern, one of your later games tonight. All right, Tony Brown, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge for tonight's action. Of course, the action on the board here. Tony Brown having a great NHL season, 904 units of profit in the NHL. That is all documented over at Pick Dodge. You can verify those numbers simply by going over to Tony's handicapper page and verify those numbers. Okay, big NHL card tonight, 12 games. We also have action here from college basketball with these conference tournaments, many quarterfinals. There are some first round action as well. Action in the NBA with the 6-game card. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, it was a nice card in the NHL tonight. I really liked it a lot. So I got 3 plays over there, all 10-star premium picks. You can get them individually or with my NHL triple play tonight. And then I have 1 game out of the NBA and 1 game out of the NCAA. They're the best play on the board from both leagues. You don't pick too many games if I didn't see too many, and I only seen 1 in both leagues tonight. My only plays on the board, the biggest bets we're making in college and pro hoops, and you can grab those for just $25 as well.
That's right, guys. Get on board with Tony Brown over at Pick Dodge Premium. You see the great results from Tony Brown here this year, right now in the overall in the NHL. 904 units of profit, all documented over at Pick Dodge Premium. So go ahead and get signed up with Tony Brown. Use that promo code Pick at checkout. You'll save that 15% off. And of course, you can add multi-cappers with that multi-capper discount, even greater value now. Of course, we're not too far away from baseball. 2 weeks from today is a U.S. opening day. The Dodgers start next week already, less than 7 days away from that series with the Padres. And of course, Tony Brown, for all your, you have a really good value up there with your VIP 1-year all sports pass.
Yeah, baseball season's coming up. You know how long the baseball season is, 162 games. If you buy those plays individually or weekly or whatever, you're going to spend way more than you would just buying that VIP yearly pass. With the VIP year pass, you don't have to pay per day or per play or per sport anymore. You get every single pick I release from every single sport for a full VIP year. Not just the length of the sport, 365 days of plays for one low price. So that includes the NHL and NBA playoffs coming up, both championships, Stanley Cup and NBA, the full MLB season, the start of football again. Every single day until this day next year, every play I release, you can get that for one low price with my VIP all year pass.
That's right, guys. You have that 1-year all sports pass. Pick as a promo code. You're saving like $300 when you make that purchase. All right, Tony Brown. Before I let you go, I know there's a big event going on right now. I'm looking at UNLV and San Diego State. The lower bowl seems packed. Of course, they don't light up the upper bowl, so you can see how many fans are in the upper bowl. But lower bowl packed. We got a live line here of San Diego State -1.5. It's 14-10 UNLV with that lead. Would you have any opinion here on an in-game pick on this game?
Yeah, I hate to say this. I know a lot of people from Vegas watch this, but I would jump on San Diego State as fast as I can. I told you guys I went last year to the Final Four to Houston to watch San Diego State. Lamont Butler plays on that team. He's a local kid or whatnot. So San Diego State is great. They returned their whole team from the Final Four damn near. This is the time they like to turn it on or whatnot. And I wouldn't bet against San Diego State going into this tournament right now, and I think they'll be able to knock off UNLV. I think that UNLV just got to a hot start.
Yep. If you didn't like the 4.5, you could play it in game and get 1.5 because UNLV up to a 4-point lead. A lot low scoring so far. About 8.5 to go in the first half. 14-10 UNLV. You get San Diego State, says Tony Brown, minus 1.5 with an in-game there. A little better number now as we're in game. All right, Tony Brown, have yourself a great evening, and we'll catch up with you again next week.
Awesome. I always appreciate being here, and I'll see you guys next week.
Tony Brown here on the Drive-Thru. We'll continue here on our show, guys. Our newest feature here on the Drive-Thru is our Ask the Chat segment. We asked the chat for their pick here, and we got one for you guys right now. As we'll ask the chat for this pick right here. It's a game that is not covered on our show today. It will be between Villanova and Marquette. If you like Villanova, hit A. If you like Villanova plus 4, hit A. If you like Marquette minus the 4, hit B. If you like under 140, hit C. If you like under 140, hit the letter D. And let's see if we can update some of the numbers here right now. We're getting, let's see, right now we can update you right now. It is a pounding here right now. We've got 8 on Marquette minus 4, only 1 on Villanova plus 4. Matter of fact, the last 8 have all been on Marquette. We do have a C coming in here. We are now starting to see some more come in right now. A couple of A's. We got a couple of A's and we got a C in there. So we can now say, actually another B coming in right now from the chat. So right now, 9 on Marquette, 3 on Villanova, 1 here on the over. So that's the update right now. Actually, we can add another A in there. So we got 4 now on the side of Villanova as our man Rick Barnes comes in with it. So 4 on that side. Let's see if any more. We got that B in there already. So 9 right now for Marquette, 4 here for Villanova, and we do have 1 coming in on the over. All right, that's where we sit here. Actually, it's just more updates right now, more B's coming in. So we're now up to 11. So Jaquan coming in, J-Man coming in with Villanova. We got Tranny and Jaquan with Marquette. So right now we can update it with 11 Marquette, 5 Villanova. That's where we sit here. All right, let's continue here on the Drive-Thru. Up next will be Millz Young. Let's bring him in right now. Content producer here over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring him in right now. Get Millz. So we got some. Looks like we're going to some college hoops action, or actually NBA action here from Millz. We're bringing him in right now. I think we'll be ready to roll here in just a second. Millz, what's happening?
What's going on, Tony? How's everybody doing today?
Everything's going great. All right, we're going to be looking at the game here, player prop here in the Phoenix game, one of the earlier games today, one of the more higher profile games, I will tell you, on this card. I thought the card was lacking a little bit here. The injury in that Mavericks game kind of screwed things up. But anyway, here we go. TNT has Suns and Celtics. We see the Celtics laying 6, the total 227, but you'll be looking at this one a little differently.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's definitely going to be a good game on this Thursday. They didn't give us a lot to bet on today. So, with this being, stars players on both teams, I'm all in for it, man. And to just be looking at both the teams in the last 10 games, you got the Phoenix Suns, who's 5-5 out their last 10. The Boston Celtics, I think, are like 8-2, 7-3. I mean, it ain't hard to tell who's been playing the best basketball as of late. But before that little break, the Phoenix Suns was actually, looking and showing like they can work together with the team chemistry and everything. You had Bradley Beal coming out, dropping some good games. You had Devin Booker in and out the lineup. But in this one, I got to go with the guy who's having a career year right now. I'm going with Kevin Durant in this spot. I'm taking him over his point prop. You guys can maybe catch it at 26.5 on some books. Some books it's at 27.5 points. Right now on the year, he's having his best year ever scoring the ball. He usually averages for a career 27 points. He's at 28.5 right now with the Phoenix Suns. Looking at the Boston Celtics, what they allowed the star players who played against them, all the star players on the opposing team was able to hit those numbers. Luka Doncic went for 37. Nikola Jokic went for 33. No star player with the Jazz, but Keontae George even dropped 26 on him. I really like Kevin Durant in this spot. He's hitting this percentage at an 80% clip. And not just going over it by a few points. Going over it when he played against the Boston Celtics. He had 45 points in that game, 10 rebounds in that game. And he went, I think, 4 from 8 on the 3 points. Besides that, he had multiple games already in the last 5 where he dropped 35 points or more. So I'm taking Kevin Durant over his point prop. That's my best player prop to get you on top.
There you go. Millz here with Durant over 27.5 points. Of course, as like you said, he's been put up a lot of numbers. Not a whole lot of depth there on this Phoenix Suns roster. So a lot is asked out of Durant, lots asked out of Booker as you expand, because there isn't a whole lot of contributions beyond that. And that's the sad part there with Phoenix. They are going to be hitting a tough scheduling spot. But speaking of scheduling spot, Millz, if you're going to get kind of a soft effort, maybe on the defense side, this might be the game here for the Celtics, because it is their first home game after a long road trip.
Yeah, man, that's definitely the spot that you want to catch them at. When they're used to being on the road, coming at home, everybody knows the Boston Celtics. I think they have one of the best home records in the NBA right now. You got Kristaps Porzingis; he's going to be out the lineup. And then just talking about the depth for the Phoenix Suns, no Eric Gordon. Coming off that bench, he's not doing too much, but he is giving you about 8 to 12 points in those games. And the Phoenix Suns is a team to where, hey, the only way that they're doing good is if those three players are doing great. You can't even just do good and win. Them players got to do great. It reminds me of last year with the Lakers. Anthony Davis was dropping like points. LeBron James was going for points, and they were still losing. It wasn't enough. And, the Phoenix Suns, they don't got a Malik Monk over there that could come out and just drop 22 points in a game and stuff like that. They don't have players like that. Nurkic, might give you a 14, 16 points at an all-time high. But besides that, yeah, man. They need their star players to put up star numbers, and those big numbers are 35, 32 per game. You going for 26, 27 points ain't enough at all. So, yeah, on this spot, I really like it a lot with Kevin Durant, man. And you look at the matchup, he has Hauser sticking him and Jason Tatum. When's the last time you guys heard Jason Tatum playing any defense? So give me Kevin Durant in this spot.
All right, we got Millz here with Kevin Durant here in this spot, over 27.5 points. Got a game at halftime, Millz. I don't know if it's a surprise here. UCLA up 34-29 in Oregon. We do have a second half line coming up here. Oregon minus 4.5 in this one.
Yeah, Oregon, that was the thing in this one, man. Oregon's been impressing people a little bit this year. UCLA, they started to get it hot right before the last couple of tournaments started and stuff. But in this one, I'll be honest, man. I'll probably be looking at Oregon in this spot. I know UCLA is always a letdown spot. Even though they started off hot in this one, the first half, I'll probably be looking at Oregon for the second half of the game.
Looking for Oregon there in the second half of the game here. And your thoughts here, what's going on in the MMA world this weekend?
Yeah, man, you got a big stack card for you guys going down this week. Tai Tuivasa taking on Marcin Tybura. You got about 13 fights on there. It's going down in the Apex. We're just coming off a big pay-per-view event with UFC 299. You got a few fights that's been announced out there, making waves out there. Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. They got Jake Paul a minus 3-1 favorite in there. I'll just be honest with you guys. He's probably going to win. Just the way that it's been going in there. You got Mike Tyson, who's, they got pictures of that guy hopping out of a wheelchair like last year. So it's just hard to actually put your hard-earned money on Mike Tyson and think all because you don't like Jake Paul, that Mike Tyson's going to be Mike Tyson. Key note for you guys. When Mike Tyson was boxing in his real boxing fights, his last couple of fights, I was watching him, and he was getting beat up by nobodies. So I don't think that he's just going to be able to turn it around and turn it on for that type of fight. Coming off of Francis Ngannou getting knocked out by Anthony Joshua. Man, it's been a hard time for the MMA fighters out here. So, yeah, man, we'll see what happens with that. But this week, UFC Fight Night. They got about 13 fights on there. After you guys are done watching the drive-thru, I got some videos on the channel for you guys to watch. You guys can watch my fights finished, not go the distance. That just came out today. I went over all the fights on there. I'm letting you guys know if they're going to finish or go to the scorecards. Throughout there, I gave you guys different ways to get paid on props, and I also gave you guys a 3-leg parlay. And then besides that, I have the UFC Bet With Me series up. Went through the whole card in there. Did change one of my picks on there, but yeah, man, that's where we're going this week for UFC. It's not a lot of big names on that card. It's a lot of fighters who probably should be fighting on the prelims.
There you go. That's skinny there from Millz on this UFC card. Of course, Millz over at Pick Dogs. You produce content. We got your prop shop and, of course, your UFC rundown as well.
Yeah, man, the prop shop is out right. I went over all the props for the NBA game out there for you guys to get paid. I think we had about 7 props out there. One of my hockey props that I like was Alex Ovechkin to just get over 1 assist and over 2.5 shots on goal. You guys can play those separate for you guys. Then, like we said earlier, I got the it's kind of like a prop shop for you guys for the UFC fights, because there's different ways to get paid on it. It's not all about just picking if this fighter is going to win. If you guys can't do that, hey, decide on the side or in the total, and you guys could get money that way. So go ahead and see what we guys got going on the site. Let me know what you guys like so we can keep hitting you with this content over here.
That's right, guys. So make sure you like, subscribe, set notifications so when Millz drops those videos, you get them right away. All right, Millz, have yourself a great weekend. We'll catch up with you again next week.
All right, Tony. See everybody next week.
Yeah, Millz Young here on the drive through. Let's continue on, guys. If you've ever missed a pick, we recap at the end of the show. Stay tuned for that. I want to let everybody know that we've introduced a new feature here over at on the drive through. That is Ask the Chat. We asked the chat the pick of the day right now. So it's Villanova and Marquette is our chat pick of the game. A game not covered on our show. We try to look for the highest profile game we can that's not covered on the drive through. We ask the chat. Well, the chat here, if it's letter A, if you like Villanova +4, put A in the chat. If you like Marquette -4, hit B in the chat. If you like over 140, go with C. Under 140 is D. And right now, we'll give you some updates here as we're tracking this right now. We've got Marquette at -4 has 11. Villanova +4 has 5. And there is one pick here on the over. And we're getting another total here. We're getting a second over here as our man Von GB coming in here with the over. So keep those picks coming in, guys. On our chat pick of the day today is Villanova and Marquette. Big East tournament action. And right now it is Marquette with 11 and only 5 for Villanova. So you guys can select the chat pick of the day by voting here. All right, let's continue here on the drive-through. Up next, we're going to go ahead and bring in Wayne Scott, catch him over at Pick Dogs. We'll do an NBA rundown as well with Wayne. We'll still go ahead and bring him in right now, catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. So get Wayne here up in just a second. We'll be set to roll here with NBA coverage with Wayne. Wayne, what's happening?
What's going on, Tony T? What's going on out there, Pick Dog family? Hope everybody doing good out there today.
Everything's going great today. We're going to move the chains here and get to Wayne's play here today as we're going to look at this Clippers team as they're going to be taking on the Chicago Bulls. Boy, the Bulls were in that was some intense game last night. If you happen to catch any of that Bulls and Indiana game, my God, that felt like a playoff game. The way the level of intensity there. That Siakam block on Kobe White was something there. I mean, it reminded me of watching.
That was amazing.
Is this regular season or playoff? I mean, it was an intense game last night. I thought it was enjoyable.
Hey man, when you see both of where both of them are at in the playoff ranking and stuff like that, you understand neither one of them wanted to lose that game. And that block was gruesome. That shot from DeRozan to put it in overtime, like you said, man, it was a lot of spectacular play in that game. It was just an awesome game, all in all.
Yeah, it was a really, really good NBA game. That's a Pacers and Bulls game. So, again, we got a little bit of playoff. As I've talked about, there are some teams I think that have raised the intensity level right now. One of them, obviously, is the Knicks. Knicks, in my opinion, are starting to play playoff defense. We're starting to see the intensity level pick up. Out west, they need to wake up in L.A. for both L.A. teams. But here's one here. Clippers on the road against the Bulls. Clippers laying 6, total 214.
Yeah, man. I normally like home teams in the revenge spot. Sorry.
All right, look like Wayne has his sign-off sign back in, maybe a call coming in. Looking at this Clippers and Bulls game will be Wayne Scott tonight as the Bulls will be in a back-to-back spot. If you didn't know that Kobe White will be out of this game as he took that collision with Siakam last night. It was pretty brutal. Let's see what the injury is here. I thought it might have been it's a hip injury. Okay, it's a hip. As he left the game after his shot being blocked, of course Siakam landed on him. It's a hip that he'll miss, and it's not severe, which is the good news, because if you look at the highlight of that, it was a really, really intense fall here by White as Siakam landed on him. I thought he might have done a split. I was more worried that it might have been a groin injury, but it turns out to be a hip injury. And again, the good news that it's not deemed serious, and for the 24-year-old. So hopefully White can get back in here. We're not sure yet when he'll return to the lineup, but hoping sooner than later. Now we'll still continue to wait here. I don't know what's going on with Wayne. Maybe he might have lost his connection. We'll go to my pick, and then hopefully we can get back in touch with Wayne. So we'll go to my pick, and then we'll go back to Wayne. If not, we'll do an NBA rundown if Wayne cannot come back in. So let's get to my pick, and then we'll get to Wayne. And let me see. I just want to get my notes on this one. All right, let's get to my game here. College hoops tonight. I'll be looking at a Pac-12 game. One of the later games tonight. Actually, one of the later games on the card tonight. It will be from the Pac-12 tournament. So let's go ahead and put that up. We're going to be looking at Utah and Colorado going head-to-head here. And we're seeing Colorado a 4.5-point favorite in this one. We see the total coming in at 151.5. And in this one, I'm going to be here on this underdog Utah. I like what I saw from Utah last night. Utah here plus 4.5 here against Colorado. And when you look at Colorado away from home, they were giving up defensively, giving up 47% shooting. And man, I just like the better form for Utah coming into this game. You look at Utah over their past 5 games, 50% shooting, allowing just over 40%, averaging nearly 84 points a game. And that's better form defensively than the Colorado team coming into this game. And of course, you get Colorado away from that home court. They're giving up 47% shooting. So in this spot, I will come in here with the Utes at plus the 4.5 here against Colorado in this one. So that'll be my play in that game. Actually, I'll pick Dogs Cream. I've got a best bet on the board right now from College Hoops. So get on board with that, or get my long-term pass, my 3-7 or 30-hour sports pass. Get all my pre and plays with that time to select. When you go to my handicapper page, and you will go ahead and get signed up. Remember the promo code PICK at checkout, and you will save that 15% off. All right, let's continue here on the drive-through. And I think we'll be ready here. We're still waiting on Wayne here to get his connection back. So let's just see if we can do a little bit of an NBA rundown for you. It's usually reserved for Wayne, but it looks like he's having some sort of issues there with his connection. So let me go ahead and pull this up, get my notes up here. We'll do a bit of an NBA rundown here as we wait for Wayne here to get his connection set up. So let me go ahead and change my graphic to NBA. And we'll get the NBA rundown set for you here in just a second here as we go through every game on the board not covered here on the show. So let's see here. I went too far. Let me get the NBA board up. Here we go, NBA. So let's get started here with this NBA for tonight. We'll do a bit of a rundown. So let me move the chains here, get back to the beginning, and we'll start off here with our NBA rundown. All right, Suns and Celtics going head-to-head here. We see the Celtics here laying 5.5, total 227 in this game. And in this one, I'm going to be looking here. I'm going to go ahead and lay the favorite. I know it's a tough spot here, the first home game after that long road trip, but man, I'm done going against the Celtics for a while. I mean, I'm just done. Bad spot was against Utah, right? That was supposed to be a bad spot. Guess what? They pounded Utah. This is supposed to be a bad spot. Guess what? They're going to cover against Utah. So that's the way I'm looking at. Lee out for Phoenix. Gordon out for Phoenix as well. That will impact a bit of their depth. Also out, Porzingis we know is out for Boston, but everybody else is in. So we'll look at that one here with the Celtics laying the 5.5. What do you guys think in this one? So we'll see that. All right, let's continue here on this NBA rundown for you as Wayne's still not able to get his connection set up. So we'll have his pick. We won't duplicate it here, but we have his picks ready for you just in case. All right, let's continue on here on our NBA rundown. 76ers and Bucks going head-to-head here. We see right now the Bucks 7, total 218.5. Let's take a look at the injuries this game. We know Covington and Embiid, Melton's still out here for Philadelphia. Middleton, Beauchamp, Beasley out for Milwaukee. Giannis is probable in this game, so he's probable Giannis in this one. And in this one, we're going to go ahead and look at the under. The under's been a big move to the under, right? 218.5. That's where I looked at it. Basically, we look here at Philadelphia over their past 5 games, last in offensive efficiency, averaging just 101 points per 100 possessions. You look at Milwaukee since the All-Star break, they are tops in defensive efficiency on their home court. They're allowing just 98 points per 100 possessions. They're playing very slow at home. This is a home game. At home, post All-Star break, they've been playing very, very, very slow and leaning under. So we'll go under the total here with 76ers and the Bucks. All right, let's continue here on our rundown here from the NBA tonight, and we'll get to the next game that's not covered here on the show, and that would be that's Wayne's game. We have a pick from Wayne in this one. Wizards and Rockets are going head to head, and we've got in this one the Wizards are going to be dogs. Rockets 8.5, total 227.5. In this one, injuries here for Bagley, Holmes, and Shamet here for Washington. On the Houston side, we've got Sengun and Whitmore out of this one, so that's how it looks right now as far as injuries go. And in this one, I'm going to be looking in this game at Washington and Houston go under total of 227.5. The number is going over, but I like the under in this one, under 227.5. You kind of look at Washington over their past 5 games, averaging just 109 points per 100 possessions, and playing a little bit of defense. Houston at home, a really good home team, 4th in defensive efficiency, allowing 109 points per 100 possessions. They're giving up 45%. The Sengun injury is going to impact their scoring. They don't have a lot of scoring. They just lost a score for Houston, so let's go under 227.5 here in this one. All right, it looks like we'll continue this rundown, and then we'll go back to when Wayne is back with us. So we'll get to him in just a second, but we'll just go ahead and just finish this rundown, if you would. And, well, I think we're getting him back here in a second. So we're going to look at Knicks and Trailblazers. This was covered already by Tony Brown. Mavericks and Thunder. This is an interesting one here, right? Big line here for the Thunder, 10.5. The total sitting here at 233.5. Of course, the news in this game is, let's get it here in a second here, is Doncic is out of this game, left early with that hamstring injury yesterday. OKC, a clean injury report. And in this game, I can only look at the chalk in this one. I've seen the Mavericks get pounded without Luka in the lineup, and that's why I would lean that way with OKC in that spot. All right, let's continue here on our NBA rundown. And I think we hit our last game, so let's go ahead and roll it back here, because we have Wayne is just reconnected on the show, and he'll be ready for that Clipper game. So we'll get to the Clippers and Bulls with Wayne, and then we will sign you guys off. And before we bring in Wayne, I just want to remind you guys about let's see here. Before we get to Wayne, I want to remind you guys about our chat pick of the day, guys. Our chat pick of the day is Villanova and Marquette. If you like Villanova, type in A in the chat. If you like Marquette, type in B. That's Villanova plus the 4 is A. Marquette minus the 4 is B. Under 140 is C. I'm sorry, over 140 is C. Under 140 is D. So put those picks in there, and we'll get we'll add up the results here as right now we're getting some more coming in. So I just want to keep an eye on things. We're getting a lot of Marquette right now. Let's see, Marquette, another Marquette coming in. What else do we have here? All right, so here's the current update on the chat pick of the day. We've got 14 on Marquette, 5 on Villanova, 2 on the over, none on the under. So that's the update right now here for us here on the chat. Another Marquette comes in, so that's 15-5 right now on the Marquette side. All right, we'll update here at the end of the show. Let's continue here on the drive-thru. Looks like Wayne is back with us, I hope. I left the screen here, but we'll bring him in right now, and we'll go ahead and get you coverage on that Clipper game with the Bulls. We were talking about Kobe White there, but we'll get back to Wayne here. So ready to roll with Wayne. I think we're set to go. Here we go, Wayne. Wayne, you back with us?
Yes, sir. My bad about that, Pick Dog family. Let's get y'all third winner on the week. Can you hear me, Tony?
I can hear you. Yeah, come in with the Bulls and the Clippers. Clippers laying 6 on the road.
Yes, sir. As we mentioned, man, this overtime. But like I was getting to say, I typically like home teams in the revenge role getting points. But this spot, not only do I not like it for the Bulls here because they just came in the overtime loss, but as you guys mentioned, Kobe White, man, this Bulls team has been cooking ever since Kobe White has been coming in the lineup. And it's not just his scoring, it's his assist making too. So you got a guy who scores 20 points a game, getting about 8 to 12 assists a game. So he's getting other people involved. That's almost 30 to 40 points worth of scoring here that we're missing from Kobe White not being on this game. So love that the Clippers are 7-3 against the Bulls. They've covered their last 3 against the Bulls. I love the Clippers are coming off a 2 loss, so this is a kind of a must-win situation. And I think they come out here and they don't play. They also play well with the rest advantage in this spot. And Bulls just 1-4 in their last 5 home games ATS. Although Clippers are only 1-4. When you look at the 4 games they faced, they played a lot harder teams recently. So I don't give as much credit to the Clippers in that spot for being 1-4 in a row, more so than I give the Bulls for being 1-4 at home in their last 5. Also, Clippers score their most points when they're on the road. Clippers play great defense on the road. Bulls are a team that's known to play good defense, but in their last 3, they're the 3rd worst defensive team in these last 3 games. All that being said, let's get this 3rd win on the week by grabbing the Clippers here minus the 6.
All right, there we go. Wayne here on the Clippers minus the 6 here against the Bulls. And, of course, on the Clippers side, we know Westbrook's going through surgery with that issue, I believe, with his arm. Harden is the one that's out, so we're going to see definitely going to see a George in. We're expecting to see Kawhi Leonard in there. And starting at point guard will be Bones Highland. He was someone who was a little disgruntled by not getting playing time, right? Him and Tucker, I believe, he's one of the disgruntled guys. He used to be on the Denver. Maybe he's disgruntled because he used to be on the Denver roster. Was traded last year before he got the ring. So Bones Highland in there at the starting guard here for the Clippers.
He is probably disgruntled because he feel like he deserves playing time, man. Anybody who watched Bones Highland knows that this kid is a baller. He does need to step up on defense a little bit, but offensively, this kid can get buckets at any time. So I like the fact that he's in this lineup. I do think he comes to play. He shows out. One thing you got to do when you're not getting minutes is take advantage of the times you are getting minutes. I do think that he takes advantage here. He goes out, has fun, get these guys involved. I love the fact that Kawhi is going to be in there with Paul George. And this Clippers team is more prepared for injuries than the Bulls team, rather missing somebody like Kobe White, somebody who's really turned this team around. They're missing their best player tonight. As far as Harden being out, he's not the best player on this Clippers team. So,
all right. Because you got that Norman Powell coming off the bench. You got a lot of scorers coming off the bench. We even saw when Zubac went down. We also Thies came in, and who's the other big man? He actually seemed serviceable even as well. So a lot of depth, but that's lacking on the Celtics side. So when you lose White, and they're also dealing with an injury as well to one of their scorers whose name escapes me right now. He's out of there too, right? Oh my goodness, who was his? My goodness, he used to be on the Trojans back in the day, and they were rumored to trade him, but he's out. So right now we're looking at a real thin bench for the Bulls. Coming off the bench, Javon Carter, Batum, Drummond, and Terry off the bench.
Yeah, I actually like Drummond and Terry, but it's just not enough for this Clippers team. This Clippers team is deep. They've been stacking players. Like I said, they're the more prepared team to be dealing with injuries. And that overtime game, man, it's just you're not only playing a back-to-back, but you're playing off a back-to-back, playing extra minutes. And those extra minutes took a lot out of them guys to get that win. And today, I think it really shows going against the Clippers team. This should blow them out even on a night where they don't come on a back-to-back off an overtime game. This Clippers team should still win. We're getting, to me, a decent line just because one player's out for the Clippers, but books are not taking into account how good Kobe White is. And I think this line should be way higher. I'm going to lay the points with the 6.
I'm going to lay the points here with the 6 here. With the Clippers and Bulls. Name was escaping me there was Jason Plumlee. So there's a lot of depth here on this, definitely on this Clippers side. They had, of course, it's kind of a rough start. Things not happening for them at home, but of course, you're looking at what that game last night. It's going to be tough here for. They're actually projecting nearly 40 minutes for DeRozan and Vucevic tonight.
Man, this game can be this. I definitely expect this point spread to be covered by about the first quarter, if not halftime. If they don't rip it wide open in the first quarter, I think they get them by halftime. That's a lot of minutes to be asking for your veterans on the team. I can see if it was a younger team, but these are the veterans on the team, and they'll be game. They'll be ready to play this type of minutes, but I just don't think they got the help around them to cover this spread at home.
You don't think? Yeah, exactly. It's going to be really, really tough for this Bulls team, as we mentioned here. dealing with the injuries. Zach LaVine is the one I was thinking about earlier, the former UCLA player. I had it wrong. They're missing a lot of scoring, this Bulls team, when you take White out of the lineup. I think that's a big miss, as we talked about here. Clippers laying the 6 here against the Bulls tonight here at 8 Eastern time, right? Wayne, let's take a look over at Pick.com for tonight's action. Of course, on the board, we got the 6-game card from the NBA. Lots of action on the ice. Lots of college basketball in action. We do have a surprise right now. Last check, UNLV was up by 10 points. We go to the halftime. It's 27-19 at the half. We got a second half line. San Diego State minus 3.5 in that second half line right now. We have college basketball in action as well. Lots going on over at Pick.com. What do you have going over at the site?
Yeah, I have nothing for sale right now. My last play went off at 6:30, so I'm sorry I couldn't get you to that, guys. I hope to win that play. I had 5 college basketball plays a day. Started off 4-0, so I'm trying to finish off and go 5-0 with this last one that started at 6:30. And yeah, I'll be ready for you guys tomorrow. Locked in with this college basketball. Good NBA slate tomorrow. Also looking in to make sure I don't miss nothing on the ice. I love something on the ice tomorrow. And stay tuned. Looking to have a great day tomorrow, as I did today. Coming off 2 rough days before that, but at the same time, hey, it's day by day. That's how I like to take it, day by day. Great day today, and looking to do the same tomorrow.
That's right, guys. Get over with Wayne Scott over at Pick.com. Get over those long-term passes. They'll serve you well. 3-7 30-day all sports pass. Get all of his premium plays for that time you select. When you go to his handicapper page, make that purchase. Pick as a promo code. Save that 15% off. Right, Wayne, as always, great having you on the show. Have a great evening. We'll catch up with you again next week. We can also catch up with you with your boxing video series as well as your appearances on the weekend show.
Yeah, man. I heard Briggs. I heard Millz. I'm sorry. Talking about that fight a little bit. Sound like he kind of leaning towards Jake Paul. I don't see it, man. We gonna have to debate about that, man. I know his MMA guy just got rocked by Anthony Joshua, as he said, but Mike Tyson is not an MMA guy. Don't let that age fool you, man. It's just certain techniques that you do repetitively for so long that it does not go nowhere. So Jake Paul's still trying to learn these techniques. Mike just has those technique instincts in the back of his head, no matter how old he gets. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that fight. I'm gonna throw a little something in about the Bulls that I seen last week. I don't know what they're gonna do with it, but I'm glad that he's getting back. But Ball is back to playing basketball. He's been medically relieved. He can now fully practice basketball. I don't think he's practicing with the team right now. I think he's just getting back in basketball shape. But I love seeing that with Kobe White and with I don't know what they're gonna do with Ball, but if he can somehow return, maybe if they make a playoff run, or even seeing him next year, I'll be excited for him for that big injury. But as Tony said, stay tuned for this boxing news as well.
Yeah, just to give you some of the particulars here on Jake Paul, in case you're not wanting to know. Obviously, I don't know if there's a weight class here, but Jake Paul stands about 6 foot 1 inch, and he weighs 199 pounds, which is a lot heavier than I thought he was. But he's pretty well built together, muscular.
Yeah, he's not a little dude at all. He fights littler dudes, but he's not a little dude. If he was fighting in the real boxing, he would be at the cruiserweight or the heavyweight, because heavyweight you only got to be 200 pounds and up to be a heavyweight, and cruiserweight is between 190 to 200 pounds. So depending on his weight, but he damn near a heavyweight. So yeah, he's a big guy, man, muscular guy. Looks like he's on the PEDs. He'll be ready, but I still like Mike Tyson, man. You can't, like I said, it's just basketball, the boxing IQ of Mike Tyson. A lot of those punches that come from him is just first nature off of doing it so long. I think he's gonna get him.
Yeah, we'll take a look at that interesting fight late July, guys, on Netflix. No added charge. Your Netflix regular subscription charge will cover the fight. All right, Wayne, have yourself a great evening. We'll catch up with you again next week.
All right, appreciate you for having me, Tony T. I'll see you guys this weekend. I'll be on the Sunday show and catch the boxing series. Get with you. Good luck on all your bets today.
You got it there. Wayne Scott here on the drive. So let's wrap up this chat pick of the day, guys, with about our last updates, as we will update this very shortly. Chat pick of the day, Villanova and Marquette If you like Villanova, it's A. You like Marquette -4, it's B. Again, Villanova +4 is A. Marquette -4 is B. Over 140 C. Under 140 is D. Right now, 16 on Marquette, 5 on Villanova, 2 on the over. And let's see if we get any more picks coming in, and we will recap this in just a few. That's going to do. Let's get to the recap, and then we'll recap the pick play. Right? We'll recap the chat pick of the day. So let's get to the recap screen, and then we'll let you roll here for the Thursday card of action. All right, let's go ahead and get to the recap, and we'll get to that board right now. Let's recap it for you right now. All right, recap in here. Alex on the Islanders, Sabres under 6. Tony Brown, Knicks, Trailblazers under 204. Millz on Durant over 27.5 points. Wayne was on Clippers, laid the 6 against Bulls. My pick will be Utah +4.5 here against Colorado. What I like the most, let's go with Tony Brown here on that under. Knicks, Trailblazers under 204. Looks to me that the New York Knicks are in playoff mode when it comes to defense. All right, let's see if we get any more are coming in right now. So we're going to close out this poll in just a minute. We did get another one here. Marcia coming in here with the B, and we've got a couple of overs in here, and I don't know what 3 is. Okay, there we go, team total over 3. All right, so here we go. We're going to close out the chat pick. Last call on the chat pick. Get it in before we close it out, and it's a pretty much pounding right here. So right now we've got 17 to 5 and 4 on the total. All right, here we go. We've got 17 right now. 17 on Marquette -4, 5 on Villanova +4, and 4 on the over. And that closes out the chat pick of the day. So there we go. The chat pick of the day today will be on Marquette -4. That's your chat pick of the day here on the drive-thru. All right, that's going to do it here for this edition of the drive-thru, guys. So now it's time to get your best bets in there. Put your best bets into the chat right now. And we got the chat pick of the day out of the way. So now it's time for your best bets. So push your best bets into the chat, and we'll read it off at the end of the show. That's going to do it for this edition of the drive-thru, guys. Be sure you tune in again tomorrow live here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll do it all over again. We'll bring in our cappers from Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place. Got our place for you in real time. Remember to always get started with that morning show live here at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time during the week. It's Mitch, it's Chris, it's Jay. Also the video series, Mitch's 7 Picks in 5 Minutes. His Betting Tools Show, his roundtable discussions with the professionals. Also Jay's Jam Session NBA, every game on the board from the NBA. Chris with his Around the League from the NHL, as well as Ron Romanelli with his Bank Shot Breakdown pick from college hoops, as well as Rod Zawacki, A to Z coverage from the NHL, pick from every game on the board from the NHL, as well as a parlay. We also have short parlay shorts here from both Brad and Jovan. All access for with our man Big Al McBordy. Against the Public Betting with Dana Lane. We've got sharp contrarian plays here from our man Brian Biller. Costy with his sharp trading plays as well here on the channel. So lots of content, guys. So we also have Millz with his UFC rundown, his prop shop available to you as well. So guys, make sure you like, subscribe, set those notifications so you're live with us when you get those plays in real time. All right, let's get your best bets. Get your best bets right now in the chat. We're going to go ahead and read them. We have our man Blake here, Thunder, first half with on the points here, laying the points. Blake here, Florida -8 as well. Distance cuz, let's see, you're giving us totals, but okay, I think you're on our rundown. Doubles, your show pick will be Bulls and Clips over 214. That is from doubles coming in right now. Panger Light likes the Suns +5.5, as well as the Bucks first quarter -1 and 2.5 from Panger Light coming in as well. Distant Cuz, Josh Hart, point, rebound, assist 25+, and Distant Cuz likes the Blazers +10.5. Can't argue that one as well. There from Distance Cuz with his play here. And what else do we have? Any more best bets coming in from you guys? Now's the time. Blake with the Bulls plus the points. We got that in there right now. Distant Cuz likes Celtics here in the spot minus the 5.5. It's hard to argue that one. They have just been pounding, winning in bad spots. Last chance here for your best bets, guys. Get them in here. J-Man, Cal State, Northridge +6.5. Northridge has been a team that's looked good. Getting that overtime win, not overtime, getting that win against, it was overtime, right, against Santa Barbara. They eliminated Santa Barbara last night. Chris White Thunder has been good to us here in the chat. His best bet tonight, Baylor laying the 7.5. Boston money line. I know that it's kind of a big number there from our man Adrian going money line here. Lando 86 likes Dallas Stars team total over 3 there from Orlando 86. Let's see any more of your best bets coming in, guys. We're about to last call right now here from our best bets. Vegas Royale was on Vesper Royale was on Bucks and the Clippers tonight for the spread. And let's see if we have any more. Okay, this is going to be your last call for your best bets. Get your best bets in. Last call for those. And we just got another one in here from Fidel. Head likes Kansas State money line tonight. All right, that's going to do it for this edition here of the Drive-Thru, guys. Make sure you tune in again tomorrow live here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll do it all over again. We'll bring our cappers from Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place. We'll give our place for you in real time. Remember, always get started with that morning show. We are live here at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time during the week. We got Mitch, we got Jay, we got Chris, and everybody else contributing. That's going to do it. Let's go ahead and bring in our